All right. Fuck the intro. Craig is the new. It's the newest dweller.
About time. It's like joining the Avengers. You know, he's like Spider-Man in the Avengers now.
Welcome, Craig.
I realized he didn't have permission because I was setting different permissions on Discord. And we are now all dwellers.
Oh yeah, we're orange.
Yeah, because I plan on making the Discord public, and then we would have permissions to this room, which Craig did not. But now Craig does. Officially,
You see us like podcasting in here. That's awesome. That's dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
I have great news.
Ah.
Heather's joining.
Oh,
Woo.
Wonderful timing.
She had to restart her computer, so she will be on momentarily, which may take a while. Her computer's old.
Yeah, it may take a while. I don't know how long it's going to take. Should we wait to do the intro?
I think maybe we should, because she did just text me.
We can wait.
So this is like our pre-intro.
Yeah, you can just mess with this if you want to. We haven't said any weird words.
We haven't said any weird words.
Yeah, like clap.
Okay.
What should we say this time?
I don't have anything particularly interesting.
No.
Snow.
Around. Snow.
Flabbergasted?
Snow. Flabbergasted.
So we all choose our own, maybe.
Oh, that's chaotic.
Sunglasses.
Choose your own intro word. Choose your own adventure.
All right. Yeah, my intro word is sunglasses. Confirmed.
We could all say Craig as well, because he just became a dweller, so it could be some weird initiation.
Honor him into our cult.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. How would you feel if you joined a cult and started chanting your name?
No, I mean, just one singular chant.
It's a cult or a frat. Either one.
Everybody in the whole building just goes, Lindsay. I'd be like, it would definitely be like, what the fuck? But they only did it once, right? It meant something, but at least they didn't, keep going.
I'd be concerned if it was like a continuous chant, like Craig, 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 Craig. I would be concerned then because I feel like you're like summoning something up for me.
Yeah, you're start to get louder.
I could see it as like a weird, just like Craig, like everybody sees Craig walk in, they say it one time all at the same time just to honor him. But
we're not really doing that though. This is like you've already been at the party and then someone
Craig.
just one time everyone says your name.
It's whack. That's whack. I have to say that's kind of whack.
It's terrifying.
But we love it.
Hey.
Does Craig love it?
It's fine.
Are we saying Craig?
No, we can say whatever we want. I just thought that would be funny.
Craig's eyes, it says he doesn't like it. Just
yes.
Staring into the windows of our souls.
Does Craig like anything with those eyes?
What even is Craig? Is he a beaver? A bear? What is he?
He's a bear.
He's definitely a bear.
Maybe he likes honey.
No, I mean, is that maybe that's horribly stereotyping.
Well, we lost our one bear viewer because we were
Gosh, man, we're what's the opposite of diversifying? Because we're losing very key outside groups. This is a problem.
I don't know what the opposite of diversifying is, but we should not be doing that.
Yeah, whatever it is, we need to not do it.
Yeah. We welcome bears.
And crabs and aliens and really anyone.
Yes, bears and crabs and aliens and anyone. I love
We love all
I'm really
species,
glad.
dimensional or interdimensional.
Indeed.
What were you saying?
I'm just really glad we got a comment, but I stopped myself because we're holding off on the intro. That's like a little teaser.
Yeah. Oh no. I guess we can just talk about the comment now.
Brandon,
So
you
yes.
wouldn't believe the light's setting right now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
wonderful. Unrelated. We put lights in our room and they trigger with the sun disappearing.
Oh,
As lights are wont to
that's
do.
cool. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It sounds way cooler than
Wait,
it is.
is it going through them all? What's happening?
Does it like So it like dims at night and then it like turns on or like brightens up in the day.
Oh, they're off during the day and they turn on at night. Solar. I was just explaining it in a weird way. All right.
Oh, I see,
Anyway,
I see.
our channel comments section as a comment, and I'll read it to you. It's on episode 5, where we talked about soup made for real life. Campbell's slogan from like 1970 or some shit like that.
Yeah, I've told this to my coworkers because I thought it was so crazy that was their slogan.
So, Ruben Sawyer, 10 days ago, as of today, March 21st, May 21st,
Whoa.
says, capital P space, lowercase r space, I don't know what that symbol is, but it's a circle within a circle. Most capital M.
What?
What?
I think it could be our alien listener.
Maybe. Wait, you're right.
Oh my god.
I'm going to copy
his earthly name.
I'm going to copy the text and I'm going to put it in the Discord. Oh, hello.
We have a joiner.
Hello. Oh my gosh. You have to tell her. What is that?
That is strange. That is really weird.
This is our first comment in the podcast, Heather.
Ooh.
What is the first comment in your podcast?
It's in the Discord. Good luck pronouncing it.
If you do it backwards, it's like almost mesomorph.
It is our alien listener.
And I don't know, miso sounds good. So yeah to that. Yeah to that comment.
All right. So we've already started, but we haven't done the intro yet. We're saving that for you.
Oh.
Does anyone want to volunteer to do the intro?
Wait, hold on. What is the intro? Now I'm wondering. I thought I knew, and it was just we all say our name.
You can do whatever you want.
Oh my gosh!
Do you want to be the host? Yeah.
Do you want to be the host?
Such power.
Brandon, is this you passing on the torch already? Only like 8 episodes in? Not 9? What episode are we on?
This is the 10th episode. I don't know. I'm not passing the torch. I'm spreading out the opportunity. We're all equal players in this podcast.
Oh.
So I looked up our comment, and it is in a lot of YouTube videos.
Oh no.
It looks like
they got her.
Oh no.
They got it. I don't know. It's showing. Copy and paste that into your web browser. I'm befuddled.
I feel like I don't want to.
I'm almost afraid of what will show up.
The first thing that shows up is a Minecraft nuclear power plant catastrophe video.
Oh yeah, she's right. I just googled it.
That's good. Education.
The last thing on my page is a Marvel Studios Moon Knight series thing.
None of these videos have anything in common.
No, none of them have anything in common at all.
What the hell?
I told you, I'm befuddled. Meaning of public relations in English.
I'm sorry.
Weirdly, this is actually like somebody on the internet that just comments this on a ton of fucking videos, and you're just like finding the ones that are public with Google, and like now you're just pointing out that this person comments this thing on all of like the little videos they like.
Who was the guy that left the comment? What was his name? Like Ruben or something?
Ruben Sawyer. Perhaps we should bleep that?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, we already said the episode.
Videos can go through.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's stupid. Man, I think I'm going to be like an old weirdo when it comes down the internet. I'm going to be like, privacy? Is that a thing still? Like, how does one...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe...
I have a wig and a voice changer?
Started watching this really awesome Netflix series. It's probably way older than like recent. Has anybody ever heard of The Good Place?
Yes.
Wait.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Before we get too far, we need to intro still.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we almost forgot.
I'm okay with doing it if you guys don't want to do it.
I don't know what we're doing, so
Yeah, set the precedent.
Support volunteer.
Oh God!
Look what you've done.
Welcome
you've done
everybody.
it to yourself.
Dungeon Dwellers podcast. We are back with what episode is this?
10.
10, episode 10. It is the all-time expected from our last episode podcast, space episode. So we will be talking and discussing all things regarding space.
Holy shit! I thought I missed that episode.
Oh, you're here for it.
Fantastic.
That's hilarious. I think
I never
Sam
know
is
what I'm
stuck
going to be
outside.
here for. Oh no.
Yeah, hold on. I think Brandon's resolving the problem. That's funny. Right after we introed. Welcome to the chaos.
Welcome to the cast.
Hello. Apologies. I had locked my brother out.
Oh God.
Brandon.
All is well. All is well. Unfortunately, it was
on
not
my
pizza.
computer just said that Microsoft Windows was malfunctioning.
At the
What?
same time.
Oh, don't die,
Is
computer.
my computer gonna crash? Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
It's okay. We'll just ignore it for now.
Welcome to the
We'll go
chaos.
as far as we can.
We're like 15 minutes in, we haven't even said anything about space yet.
I'm sorry.
Space.
No. I'm not actually complaining. I think it's hilarious.
Define space.
Oh, we just
Well,
going right into
I
space.
I guess literally anything is space. So, to be
Yeah,
fair.
I guess open air is technically space.
Well, no, not even that. Like literally everything that exists is within space. So everything is space. We could
This
talk
is
about
true.
anything and it would still be a space episode.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. We all exist in
suppose.
space.
Weird.
Everything is always a space episode.
We got philosophical
Nothing but
very quickly.
So is this a space podcast?
I guess.
Aren't they all space podcasts?
Whoa.
If it's philosophical, I feel like, but I guess
Okay.
you're thinking that in space.
Can we call ourselves space people instead of dwellers?
Space people.
I suppose it would be
Space. Yeah, I was
accurate.
gonna say space.
They're no longer in the same dwelling.
Yes, this is fine though. We are all dwellers, wherever we may dwell.
And I feel like we should shout out our one alien viewer.
Oh, really
We're
hard
talking
this
about-
episode, right?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
talking about
Thank you for the comment.
Oh yeah, if that was you.
Yeah,
thanks,
if that's
we appreciate
you.
it.
If that's you, yeah.
I
If you're really shy though, that's okay too.
Oh yeah, and we recently talked about, I guess that's the last episode I was in. I don't know how many episodes away that was. We talked about how maybe we shouldn't point out our alien viewer because then it might scare them away.
Yeah. That's fair.
Well, I
Maybe
hope
we
not.
should just be thankful for any alien listeners, like vaguely.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm thankful to all of our listeners. Alien or
Yeah.
otherwise.
Oh, that's absolutely true. I'm surprised anybody listens.
Yeah, I am also surprised, and I edit it too, and it's not bad, but I'm still surprised.
I mean, I catch myself laughing out loud to listening to the podcast all the time, but that's because I think we're funny, which is, why I'm here. So I think that that's not a good tell.
Isn't that like the thing that's not supposed to apply in comedy? Like you're not supposed to laugh at your own jokes. You're not supposed to find yourself funny.
I don't know, right?
geez.
But like Brandon's funny.
Who makes the
I would-
rules anyway?
I would be the
I-
worst comedian
you know-
then, 'cause I'd laugh at all of my jokes, whether they're funny or not. If they're terrible, I still laugh.
Yeah, I think I'm funny as well. I make myself laugh, at least, right?
I don't think that I'm super funny. I think that I'm accidentally funny a lot. But I don't think that I'm funny.
Well, I think you're funny, but maybe not the funniest. Yeah. Yeah, you just don't, you're not like a jokesy sort of person.
Could be funnier.
I don't make jokes.
Yeah. I don't know if I make...
Occasionally, I make jokes.
See, the thing is I don't think I make jokes either. Not all the time, but I am a joke. And there is irony in the fact that was a joke, but, you know.
This is all us setting the stage for a very serious space podcast.
Serious space.
Serious of the most serious.
Before we get into it, though, you were saying something about The Good Place, though?
Oh, yeah. I guess before we get super into it, I wanted to talk about... I started watching this new... it's new to me. It came out in 2016. I just looked it up. It's a sitcom about these people who they die and they wake up in what they...
Don't give away too much of it. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry.
What is Lindsay?
I'm so sorry. I live in fear of spoilers. I'm sorry.
It's literally the plot. I'm spoiling the plot.
What? Yes, that's the only thing you can spoil.
What else would you spoil, Heather?
No, like it would be if there was a trailer to the show.
All right.
I'm not going to tell them how it ends. Yes, like the basic beginning plot.
I see. Gotcha.
Oh no, and this character die even though they're already dead.
It's about space. No.
It's
ruined.
But one of the main characters is really into ethics. Like a lot. Like he was an ethics professor. So they talk a lot about moral dilemmas and like ethical sadness, and they do like thought experiments within the series, and it's actually pretty interesting. But Good Place, you should watch it.
It's very good. I've seen some of it.
For anybody who doesn't know where they can find A Good Place, where can they find it?
Netflix, Apple TV, YouTube for $1.99 an episode, apparently.
An episode?
Yeah.
How many episodes?
I think there's 2 or 3 seasons. 4 seasons. There's 4 seasons.
Good God.
Yeah. But the places that charge for it are YouTube, Google, Vudu, and Amazon Prime. If you're subscribed to Netflix or Apple TV, you can get it for free.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, unfortunately. It's got a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes and an 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
Good.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's been on my list,
binged it for the entirety of today. I think I'm only in season 2.
I'm still trying to catch up on Better Call Saul, which is a very good show. If you like Breaking Bad, which is also a very good show.
Now,
Also not sponsored.
since I off-tracked this, I'll curve us back into the conversation. What about space specifically are we talking about? Are we talking about like time and space, theoretical space, astronaut space, aliens?
All talk about taco in space, like tacos. Like abstract, I'm trying to emphasize, it's just the space episode.
Okay. My roommate keeps telling me that we know more about space than our own ocean, which is crazy to me, because space is infinite. So infinite, in fact, that it's expanding in its infinity.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because that's also what we talked about in the ocean episode, but from the perspective.
If you didn't catch that episode, listeners, go back. It'll be the last episode. I think we said something exactly like that. We referenced it to being unlocking only 72% in this one part of your game, and then going to the next stage and not fully beating it, or something.
But I feel like we can definitely blame the space race on that.
That's true. Yeah.
We need a race to the core of the Earth.
First one to the lava wins. That sucks.
So, like, the space race started in 1955, and, like, that's right when we started to get a bunch of our technology for deep space, which we curbed and then applied to space travel.
Right, yeah. I mean, to think if we put in that same amount of effort into going down, like in the waters and shit, I think we'd be pretty far. We'd probably be like building things down there, and people would have horrible nightmares about living in an underwater apartment.
I mean, probably. Wow, oh my God, we could make entire cities with that run entirely on the current of the ocean using hydroponics and renewable energy.
Maybe.
What have we done to ourselves?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We need like the Elon Musk of ocean exploring. We need like a rich
a Disney villain with a bad
billionaire.
haircut.
No, I'm saying like his space exploration has taken off. Right, no pun intended.
I feel like everybody kind of looks to him for stuff like that, but I think it's kind of like a game to him. Like the more I pay attention, like I looked up to Elon Musk as a kid because he was like the smartest guy, you know, like next to a bunch of other very intelligent. He was the youngest of the smart guys, which really connected with our generation. So, and we talked about him a lot because he was up and coming, and like that was really cool. But the more I pay attention to him, the more that I feel like it's kind of like a game to him.
What's a game? Like the fact that he wants to like explore space, or
his entire everything he does, like all of his sales pitches, all of his cars, the models of the cars he sold literally spell sexy.
Forgot he did that. That's hilarious.
He named his child after a math equation.
Well, that one was a little weird, but I like that he's sort of being like lighthearted about that. You know, like where it's like to a certain extent he's like thinking about it as like a game, and yeah, you want to take certain things seriously, but like the way he sleeps sometimes in like his factory, or the fact that he was like, you know, he had to pick between, I forget what he said, he had to pick between like putting all the money into one company or invest in both companies. Then he invested in both companies, which could have destroyed both companies, but it like ended up saving them. Sometimes I feel like he could take things pretty seriously.
Right, and that's basic like business like know-how, and like not to scoff at that or anything, because I could definitely never do anything like that. But I mean, a certain amount of lightheartedness is one thing, but after a decent amount of trend, it becomes a little bit like, well, I don't know.
It got kind of cringy for me. Like it was cool at first, and then it got super cringy, and now it seems like
it borders on like narcissistic.
Dude, not borders.
It's like uncomfortable.
And I honestly can't talk about him right now without getting mad political, because he's doing some weird shit.
I feel like he's a different breed of lizard person.
Oh.
Like we make jokes all the time about lizard people as to be funny, and like it's funny. Like obviously, I mean they might be. Who knows? But
no, lizard people aren't funny.
No comedy, no humor.
So I heard a guy, like an older gentleman, talking about how people our age are genuinely concerned with lizard people right now instead of the state of the world, and I was like, oh, so you just don't understand satire then, is what you're telling me.
To explain it, lizard person is somebody who is other and does not have like empathy and shit to understand, because they are too rich. However, there is also a mild concern that they're actually lizards.
I thought they were actually lizards.
A small mild concern that they're actually lizards, but
not even lizards, just metaphorically not the same.
Different.
Yeah.
Human-like, but not human.
No, I thought they were straight up lizards. like grew underground in like an underground training camp where they practiced being humans.
But coming back to
become humans
in their underground cities.
They live like 3 times as long, so they got plenty of time to do it.
Coming back to ethical dilemmas, when you accrue a certain amount of wealth or power, this is tested. This has been tested, and I don't know like how tested, but there is a significant pool of data that shows that the more wealth or power you have, the less empathy you have. Or people, I don't know if it's specifically people that are less powerful or less rich than you, or just people in general. But so a lizard person is like an encompassing term for that kind of mentality, I suppose, to explain for our dear listeners.
You think we have a lizard listener?
Well, you might have scared him away with telling him that he's not funny.
Listening. That's the thing. Always there.
I just meant they're no joke.
Oh, that's true.
No,
They're very real.
Oh my god. Have you guys seen what is it called? There is a new series out on Netflix that was made by the co-director of Gravity Falls.
That was a good show.
What's it called?
I am trying to figure that out.
Well, I have like something actually about space to say as well, like directly.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, James Webb, right? Right? Am I right?
Oh
yeah.
Very cool space telescope.
Yeah, the telescope, right?
What's up, my scope?
What's up with that? I can
like
continue talking, but I just wanted
no,
like if anybody has something to say as
just
well.
a little hurrah.
Yeah. The newest information from May 9th, which was a Monday, and it was a test image taken mid-infrared, and it just like, honestly, Brandon, if it's just available to do so, you should probably just include a picture, because there's nothing really that could explain it.
Oh, I mean, that's a fantastic picture.
Yeah, it looks fake,
look up the picture, though.
but
we might have to include a lot of pictures on this one, on this episode. This might be the first visuals episode.
What do you have a picture? Did you have a picture of this?
One of the several suns. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
So it took a picture of like just, I think it's past Jupiter now. Hang on. Where is it?
Here, I have a link.
Little look. Oh, wonderful. I will definitely have to put that up.
Yeah, don't know if it's allowed to be used, but it looks. You know, there was an episode of Star Trek. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No. You. Go ahead.
There was an episode of Star Trek with a sentient, like, mineral star being. They might be two separate ones, a mineral and a star being. Star Trek was interesting. I'm specifically talking about Next Gen. And they looked kind of like this, and those are, like, snowflakey, and it's very... Space to me is as spooky as the ocean, for those who listened to the last episode. So
didn't that happen in Stargate as well? There was a water substance that was conscious of itself.
I think that's, that might be actually fairly common as well.
Yeah. Pretty wild, but the James Webb Telescope location is a math equation.
Oh, wow.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it is 930,000 miles beyond the Earth's orbit around the sun.
Whoa.
If I don't do with that what you will.
Oh, that's approximately I have no clue.
A long way. A long way away.
It is a
frickin'
long
long
way,
way.
and it is continuing out. which is pretty awesome. Like, but at the same time, it's crazy. That's crazy. It is going to the final frontier, as we say.
I mean, maybe, right? You even entered the episode saying how big it was. Like,
yeah, it is the vastness of infinity, and the infinity is getting bigger. Like how the human brain cannot comprehend that concept.
Math seems to be able to, I think. From what math eludes me, based on, I hope you realize, based on what I just said, but I think that math actually does speak that language.
Well, yeah. So
which I
using math as a tool to understand it, we can sort of translate it for ourselves, but the human brain can't even comprehend $1 billion.
I feel like that's not true. Like, if I walked into a warehouse for a week and my job that week was to be like, all right, for the first 4 days of this week, you're going to have to look at a stack of money standing on its own, right? And we'll at the end you'll guess, and then at the end we'll tell you how much it is. And the last 3 days you're gonna have to guess how much money is in that. And they like slyly trained me. I think I could be able to.
Well,
so like,
real quick.
I don't know.
As a hypothetical, how big do you think $1,100 bills are?
I'm sorry, what?
How big do you think a stack of $1,100 bills would be?
Well, I don't know, but how much does like a rubber tree weigh? I don't know that either.
That's fair.
But I can comprehend that it's heavy.
Enough of your riddles, wizard.
So to really, I
just think the wording is like, we can comprehend it, you know, like.
I don't. We literally. I mean, we can understand the meaning of 1 billion, right? But
we can't.
Like imagine counting to 1 billion. You die before you got there.
That's
actually
fair.
die.
I see.
Actually,
okay.
Of boredom or starvation.
If you stacked $1,100 bills, it would be 10,000 feet tall. It would be as big as the Eiffel Tower.
Wow, that is tall.
And that's not a small bill.
No, I guess not.
Wait,
like,
are all the bills the same size?
No. In like denomination, so one bill is worth more. So if you did singles, it would be like wicked taller.
If you did $1 billion $1 bills, it would be like, if $100, $1,100,000 is the size of the Eiffel Tower, how big could $1 in $1 billion possibly be? Like, that's huge. And I guess that's what I mean when we say we can't comprehend, like, we can't wrap our head around that, because like, you have the visual now for how big $1 billion is in $100 stacks.
Man,
but
it could be 100 times that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So 100 Eiffel Towers.
Wow.
That's too many Eiffel Towers.
Oh.
The appropriate amount of Eiffel Tower.
Money, and that's just $1 billion. Imagine $1 trillion. And we have more than trillions and trillions of things in space.
Don't know why, but in my head, I just stacked all those Eiffel Towers on top of each other. Just to see how far I could get into space with it.
I think we would touch Mars if we...
A land bridge to Mars.
Wow. Eiffel Towers? Does that make it like an elevator? Because that's horrible.
Can we visit?
I don't want an elevator
to
Mars.
Elevators?
No, I really don't think 100 Eiffel Towers would reach Mars. That's very, very far away.
Probably not, but a space elevator would be dope. Like,
it would be.
Have you been on an elevator?
Could you imagine?
I love elevators.
Oh,
it would be very, very
fundamental
bendy.
difference. That's
it would be very, very bendy. Have you seen the demonstration of what space looks like 2-dimensionally versus 3-dimensionally?
With like the rolly ball thing on like the bending platform. Yeah.
Lindsay, have you seen it?
I'm sorry. My audio has been cutting in and out. I've been trying to fix that. What did you say? You caught me red-handed.
Have you seen the demonstration of what 2D space looks like versus 3D space?
No, maybe?
So when you're looking at two-dimensional space, like on a flat surface, it just looks like a bunch of points on a graph. But when you look at it three-dimensionally, the graph bends down like a somebody punching through a spider web, but the spider web doesn't break.
Okay.
That's an interesting analogy. It's effective in getting your point across, but punching a spider web.
I would.
So each dot on that graph is still on that place when the spider web is flat, but when you punch into the spider web, it creates the 3D effect. So like they're still relative to each other, but they're in different depths of space. Which is why our rudimentary models that we saw of the solar system that we saw in elementary school are incorrect, because we're looking at them from a two-dimensional graph perspective. Like they orbit around each other, but that's not entirely accurate.
I see.
We are spinning around the sun that is spinning while we're spinning, while everything is spinning through space.
Yes, I've actually seen an animation of that.
Yeah.
Getting flung across the expanse of infinity.
And our galaxy is actually hurtling toward, I think it's Andromeda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are hurtling towards the Andromeda galaxy. And in a billion years, a trillion years, a long time, probably past the point of human survival, Andromeda and the Milky Way galaxy will collide and clash into each other.
You know how cool it would be to be alive during that, though? I mean, it wouldn't be much of a collision because it's like space hitting space, right? Until we hit something.
Right.
I guess. Yeah, I would guess so. It wouldn't really, like, do much to the surrounding around us.
Yeah. So, in the in-between time, though, like, looking at the stars would be so cool.
And everything I have just said, we have learned in my 20 years of existence.
Which is nuts.
Like, we didn't know that in 1998. That's crazy.
We didn't know a lot of things in 1998. We learn in great volumes, though things don't change.
It takes to match. No, it takes a long time to apply knowledge, because we don't know what to do with it at first, especially because we accrue it so quickly, and it takes time for us to process it as a species, like historically. And we have all of the governmental filibustering that happens. But it's phenomenal to look at it objectively. Like, we had we had some idea, but we didn't know that infinity was getting bigger. How could we have we had no way of knowing that.
I don't know. I'm still iffy on that one. I think infinity doesn't get bigger. I think infinity is just infinity. It's already everything. You can only expand to infinity.
Human beings use infinity to describe something that passes the point of observational reality.
I mean, I guess that's one way to take it, but I don't think that's necessarily a concrete definition.
Okay, well, let's look at
an interpretation.
Dead air. I'm saying something.
Hello.
Let's look up the. Okay, yeah. My definition was an interpretation. The actual Webster definition of infinity is the state or quality of being infinite, which is rude. We were taught in like elementary school that you can't do that. You can't use the word in the definition. How could you, Merriam-Webster, betray me in this way?
That's in so many definitions, though.
Plural versus singular in most cases, because it's not the same word that way.
A few of the synonyms are vastness, immensity, endlessness, boundlessness, limitlessness.
Well, I mean, I sort of see what you're saying though, because if infinity already like exists, then technically it doesn't get bigger. It's just already infinite.
Already
like,
there.
I guess
right.
I guess you can find new things in infinity. Like a lot of games have like a small, base or map that you can only go
like
so far, and it's restricted. Yeah, it's a render distance. But if you keep traveling in certain games, or if you keep moving, some games are infinite maps, so you can just keep going and going and going, and you're going to see new things every time.
Like
it's
in
not going to be the same thing. Yeah, like in Minecraft. If you go far enough in Minecraft, it's infinite forever. It goes on.
The computer just continuously generates things.
Exactly, but it's new things each time. So I guess in this case, infinity is already forever going, and it's already large. But I guess we're finding new things at different checkpoints in that infinity.
Well, one of the biggest arguments for life in space is everything is repeated, right? So it's not truly random because there's all of the same molecules. Everything is the same in different codes, like in different arrangements. Everything's made of the same molecules arranged in different ways. So if we go into infinity and continue for a certain amount of time, we'd have to run into something that was constructed in a similar way as us, because there's only a certain amount of ways that things can be arranged.
Right. Okay.
And
I guess there would be minor differences to it then, because I guess it wouldn't be an exact replica, or maybe it would if we went far enough.
I mean,
but
if we went far enough, we could probably. So, in crazy mind-bending theoretical science, we could go far enough in the universe to find a mirror reflection of our planet.
Yeah, I mean, it is infinity, so that does exist in it. Like, infinity is everything, and space is everything. Infinity is space, which is kind of what you were saying.
Which would mean space has sections that is what happened. So, like, the theory of the string theory. There we go.
I was about to say, I think this is called quantum thoughts now.
Yes. So you go far enough in space that you just cross over into the same place in a different place. So a different reality that is only minorly different from our own.
I mean,
so all alternate universes exist within our own universe.
Right, like when you divide by 0.
Yeah.
Weird. What, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. What do you make of that?
What does anyone make of that?
It is kind of like a concept you got to wrap your mind around. Nobody could jump into the middle of this podcast and figure out what we're talking about. You got to be here.
Actually, I feel like this is a fantastic episode to listen to out of context.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Like, I think we could listen to any of our podcast episodes out of context, and because for the most part, they don't really pertain to each other. We make callbacks here and there, but like the general gist of the episodes are entirely different. So, which is kind of the beauty of this podcast, is you could hop in anywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's an easy listen, right? You don't have to like be dedicated to knowing all of infinity.
Yeah, it's not chronological.
Sometimes
I mean, except in the ways that like we sometimes like mention current events. We reference things that are happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to ignore the fire hell ball that we live on.
Yeah.
Truly. Yeah.
But this is supposed to be an escape from that.
Mm-hmm. That's why we're talking about abstract science.
Yep, and space.
And things we don't understand.
Mostly that.
Mostly that. I
It's
mean,
all
well,
in a fight to understand them.
the really cool thing is most old teachers just thought that you could learn everything there was to know about the universe by sitting there and just figuring it out.
Like just talking about it.
Just talking about it. Like Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, all of these really big teachers, well, they were known for things like philosophy and ethics. They were just teachers. A lot of them dabbled in art and mathematics, science. They just wanted people to accrue knowledge to become better for humanity, which is
And
really
hopefully,
cool.
right?
And we killed like all of them.
I mean, they weren't going to live this far anyway.
No, but we did straight up fucking poison them.
Well, they're so smart. How'd they die?
Whoa.
Hot take.
They could have figured out a way to get the poison out of their system.
Saying, Darwinism.
Whoa.
They thought hard enough. Maybe they would have gotten there.
Well, actually, I think it was Aristotle that straight up just took it. He was like, fuck all of you. I did everything I could, and you're all still ignoramuses, and downed the poison and just died.
What a way to go. Fuck you.
And he was like, my legacy will live on despite the fact that you are silencing me now. I have taught enough people that it will continue to happen.
People will eventually gather. The truth is undeniable.
Well, it's a sad part of history that knowledge and power are kind of in a headlock with each other constantly. And people who have the majority of the power they want a need to know based knowledge pool.
Right. It's like a common theme to like just
In all of
look
history.
over people. It's like, I have power. Fuck you. You can't even understand what my power is. I won't even allow that.
I can't even sigh hard enough. Can I sigh myself to death?
There is just a noose on the water spout of knowledge.
Can I tell you guys a secret?
Sure.
What is your secret?
I
To our
cried
40 plus.
when the library sank in The Last Airbender into the sea.
Everybody did.
So cried. Oh my god. And it is a direct like it oh my god. I forget the name of the big library that they just burned.
Alexandria?
Alexandria. Oh my god. It was the collective of all human knowledge and they just destroyed it. That was real. That happened.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in The Last Airbender. That happened. Like,
all in real life. I should feel
in
more sad
real
about
life.
that. I actually repressed that memory, I think. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It is terrible to think about. And I think that was the direct thing that happened before the Dark Ages. Which is like, that's so sad.
Ah, Jesus Christ. All that's
I have
missing from that. It's like when you heard the Curiosity rover dying.
Oh, it was so sad.
Oh, I mean, we can maybe get him one day.
Oh, so fun fact. There may have been a daughter library to Alexandria that survived that nobody ever found.
Do we become Tomb Raider now?
That sounds fantastic. If anybody listening wants to put together a crazy ragtag band of undereducated youths that never got to go to college because, like we said, noose on education, let's do it.
I'll call Nicolas Cage.
Right now.
Do you think
Whoa.
if like civilization like died out and like humans were no more and an alien civilization came to the planet, like maybe like I don't know, what's a reasonable amount of time after the humans have passed away? What, maybe like a year after everybody died? Let's like in that time frame, like snap, all humans gone. Just in that time. Like a year.
Okay.
Like they just disappeared. A year from that disappearing point. Aliens come down, they go in, they see like all of our structures and stuff, but they find that library and they use it as like a black box, like how airplanes have like that black box recordings. Like that would be like the black box of Earth, like all human knowledge, the human collective. I guess
we have
knowledge, but something that they can relay and learn all about us.
We have smaller places like Alexandria now, where we collect things like seed and knowledge and things like that in case a catastrophe ever does happen. But going to the beginning of what you were saying about how long is a reasonable amount of time, just for reference, there was like 243 to 231 million years before we discovered dinosaur bones, and we still put that shit together. So,
well, I'm just saying, like, if humans were just to disappear in an instant, and without like everything decaying and falling apart.
You just want them to find it preserved, like as if everything was the same.
Yeah, like if we just disappeared tomorrow, and then a year later they came back on that same day, and they were like, "Oh, okay, well nobody's here, but they left everything."
I think they would be like, "How the fuck did they fuck this up so bad?"
Oh yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think they wouldn't even get to the like Library of Alexandria or any of that shit. They'd touch down. They would they'd rifle around for like a little bit, and then they'd look at each other and be like, "Oh fuck!
Why did they hate each other so much?"
They were
they
affected
spend
with
the majority of their history hating each other. What is wrong with them?
They're crazy.
I need more sighing. Can I sigh for a second life?
But they're wiped out when they did.
And they made crazy reasons up to hate each other.
I like how this was falsely flagged as a break from things going on.
Also falsely labeled as the space episode.
Oh god.
I mean, we are talking about space. We're just talking about how space looks at us.
It eventually like wraps back around to space. Like it'll go to like chocolate bars, and somehow we'll bring it back to space.
The Milky Way, you mean?
Good, there you go. There you go.
Easy.
There's a segue and everything.
Oh man.
Well, I think that's the beautiful part about conversation is it's circular.
Like infinity.
That
brownie points. That was good. Oh man.
Does everybody have?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I like the concept of light years. To me, I think that's just really cool because like I look up at the night sky and I look at all these stars and then I wonder like some of them like obviously we're seeing, but like how many of them are still there? Because some of the stars, millions or however many light years away, might have already exploded. They might have already disappeared. They might not be there, but it's just the light of that casting down on us still. And then at some unknown point, it'll be gone. Just disappears.
There's actually a really cool thing about that. Like if we could put a mirror out in space, 243 million years away from us, and see into that mirror, we could see the Jurassic period.
Yeah, and it works the other way around too, which is also like even more fascinating. Like planets out there that might inhabit life could look at Earth and be like, what are they doing down there? Why is there giant lizards roaming around? Like it sort of works.
We're
the
lizard
back
people.
And forth.
We are the lizard people.
Oh no.
I don't know, that fascinates me. It's cool to think about that.
That's a good thing to be fascinated by. I think that's absolutely insane. It's like looking through underwater and being like, down there, everything could be gone. If I had the capacity to stick my head under, it could be absolute nothingness and I'm the last thing here. And that's like, whoa.
When I was
And-
going to community college, we often had these really stupid, really interesting debates, like, is water wet? And if so, why?
Leave it in the comments. Do you think water's wet or not? And leave your reasonings as to why.
Racy.
But frick, I forget where I was going with this. Lindsay, say the last thing you said.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I think that's actually the last thing I said. And now I don't remember anything before that.
Damn it!
The fact, no. It's the fact that we could be the last thing in the universe if we had the ability to see everything like on time with what we can perceive. That's one of the like potentials of
Oh my god!
is
There
that
could be a
it's just
horrible
us.
space monster like eating planets right now,
If
and we
time
wouldn't
is
know.
even real. Yeah.
Oh, that is it. Oh my god, thank you so much, Lindsay. That was very helpful. We would debate whether time was real or not. And my standing was always that time was a man-made construct. It didn't actually exist. We just used it to keep track of what was going on and how it was relative. Like our time doesn't affect anything on Mars. And if we were going to Mars, it wouldn't be the same time there as it is here. Right?
Which is true. Because I guess it is a man-made thing. Like, penguins aren't down there saying, "Oh, it's past 2 in the morning." They don't call it
They do
time.
have a concept though, like because
but they have a concept of something.
the sun
like that,
passes.
But
Yeah.
it's literally just our sun. That is what we base time off of. Our sun and our moon cycle. But the further in space we go, it's the fucking Jurassic period. We would be 230 million years ago.
Yeah. There's points in space where looking at Earth now, it's like World War II is still going.
We wouldn't be able to actually get there, but like time is relative and doesn't exist.
Well, yeah, aren't you like you're younger in space or something like that? Like you can. I've heard something about like if we were to travel to Mars, like 35 years would have passed for one of the parties, but not the other. Maybe it's not Mars. Maybe it's farther than that. Somebody can help me out. Maybe
Well, that's one of the problems with time travel is time doesn't work the same. Or I mean, space travel is time doesn't work the same in space as it does on Earth.
Yeah, that's like one of the theories. It's like what you were trying to explain is like if you travel at light speed for a certain amount of time, you're experiencing in like time differently than everyone else around you because of how fast you're going.
And 2 decades could go by the time you jump from one point to the next.
Yeah.
Because the way that light travel works is it's literally like a rudimentary form of time travel because you are bending light and space around yourself to propel yourself through time and space.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the way it theoretically works. We have yet to achieve it.
Yeah,
So we don't know how
theoretically. in all of the theories and the movies and Star Trek, that's how space jumps work, but they never apply it like that. Like I think the only movie that I can think of that did that sucked. I forget what it was called, though.
I know what you're talking about, but that movie did
The little
suck.
girl's name was Murphy.
I don't remember.
That was. I heard
that wasn't
it didn't
Valerian, was
suck.
it?
No,
that wasn't Valerian.
No, I know exactly what you're talking
Interstellar.
about. Interstellar. That
And
movie didn't
I
suck.
thought that movie sucked. I did not like that movie.
Is it because it had a sad
I actually never
ending?
watched that movie. I really wanted to watch it though.
I haven't seen
It came out in 2014. It's a sci-fi adventure movie that goes with a small crew, I think of like 6 or 8 people, that's going on a voyage to find a better planet because Earth is dying. Like the typical save humanity quest that propels us into space. But they come across this really big, unexpected time difference where they thought that it would be 3 years, but it was 36 or something crazy like that. And a lot of it centers around the physics of black holes and like what happens if you were to go through a black hole. And like, are black holes just wormholes? It's a really interesting. I made my stepfather so mad when I was like 7 years old because he was explaining what a black hole was to me. And I said, what if you go through and come out at a different place? And he goes, it's impossible because it bends and stretches everything. So anything that would go through would be crushed and die. But now they're talking about it being possible.
I don't know. Which is you get crushed and die.
Infuriate. Well, the theory is, what if all of your molecules get stretched apart and put back together in a way that we cannot comprehend?
What if you cut off all your limbs and put you back together?
What?
That's just what it sounds like to me. Like what if we squish you to the width of an atom and then place you back exactly the way you were before?
I wouldn't do that.
Would you be okay?
I'm not signing up. No.
Have you seen Stargate?
Yeah, I've seen Stargate. Not all of it, obviously, but I get the concept.
Right. It would be similar to that. You probably would feel like a pinch at most.
I mean, I hope so, right? I hope I don't feel like I'm being stretched down to one atom and then put back together.
Well, it would take forever. Like it.
Theoretically, infinitely.
Theoretically, infinitely, because black holes move so slow. So.
Suck.
Yeah, that would suck.
That's what's past infinity, Heather. The other end of the black hole.
I mean, theoretically.
Right.
Future.
What are we thinking is on the other side of space?
On the other side of space? The fourth dimension, I guess.
I mean, I've always thought that it's possible that we could be very small. On a speck in Horton Hears a Who. Yeah, or even like part of some sort of larger machination. There we go.
Like a gear in a clock?
Or like a cell in something's body.
No, like we're germs, like in Osmosis Jones.
Oh yeah, I mean, any of those, really.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I'm just trying to come up with good analogies for what you're trying to express.
Like this entire universe is the nuclei to one atom that is a part of a skin cell and a creature in a different universe.
That is actually another theory.
Was it the end of Men in Black that was like every universe was like the size of a marble and it was just like the aliens marble or something like that? I forget. It was like the ending of a movie. No, I think it was Men in Black. Yeah,
that was definitely Men in Black.
That was crazy. I was like, oh man, that's insane. But I mean, it could easily be something like that.
Easily. I mean, it could easily be any one of the several theories that we've mentioned that are genuinely still on the table for debate of human existence and their place in time and space.
Which one of, by the way, is maybe fake.
Are you following?
And with all of that, we're like contemplating deities and forms of life and like what consciousness is, what our brain means to itself.
No, that's the idealized version of what we're actually doing. Because what we're actually doing is fucking over poor people. Because for some reason humans have a big boner for that. I'm sorry, it's got me today.
You're supposed to be taking a break.
Can't handle it. It's too much.
God, we all feel that in our souls. I know it.
Just a rant episode. Just to let loose.
So apparently, in the eyes of the government, a concerning amount of people are dropping off the grid and starting their own farmsteads to become self-sufficient.
Yo, sign me up.
I would much rather
where's the
that,
waiver?
in all honesty.
A concerning amount of people.
really
Also, God, I heard. So I don't know if you guys know this. We've slipped into current events, and I can't stop myself from doing this now.
No.
Should we just make a whole episode for like just like the rant episode? Where we
Current
just,
events.
just go off.
I should take a break from that episode because I'll just be the episode, and I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
That's why we gotta have you
So
in the episode.
Brief
Oh, no.
blip. I'm gonna say this, and we can drop it and never come back to it in this episode. But baby formula is
Oh boy.
really,
Careful.
really.
Careful.
It is a hot commodity
Wouldn't-
right now, and we're very low on it. And they just they threw out Roe v. Wade, so now they're forcing people to have more babies when we can't feed the ones that exist right now. So I'm gonna drop that and back away from it.
So
Leave
space,
that.
right? Infinity, yeah?
We all spread to the corners of the room, like nobody poke it. Don't even look at it.
Oh, what a wonderful time to be alive. I've heard a lot of people our age say this, and I know that it's true for everyone because history never stops. But I'm really tired of living through historical events, like major historical events.
Yeah.
More sighing. Stop.
Hi.
I can only sigh so much.
Lindsay's
Oh,
effort to this podcast is like 90% like long gasping sighs.
It's true. It's true.
I
You
will-
missed me caveating too that I was sick and not feeling well.
Oh
no.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's also like mad on point. I'm glad that you said that. I did my job.
I will say something that's sort of like bars on the topic of exploration of every kind. It's just it's a quote I heard somewhere, but it was like it was like we talked about people in this time period. It's like born too late to explore the planet, and then born too soon to explore space, or something like that. I forget how it was called.
Correct. Yeah.
It
But
feels
it
bad.
kind of sucks to think about it like that.
I mean, but we could explore the ocean.
We could.
True.
That's like the
Why
only
have
thing
we
we got
never
right now.
launched a spaceship into the ocean?
It's just pointed
It's-
down.
That's
But
different.
It has the
It's very
structural
different.
intent. Well, we tested it in water, Brandon. Literally, the theory that got us to space is literally testing different elements
but,
in
but
water.
they built the ship for space, Heather. If they wanted to put it in the water, they'd build it for water. It's not made for water. You can't just be
Right,
like,
but
I have
we
an
could just-
airplane. Why don't we drive it underwater? What the fuck?
No, but a spaceship could withstand the pressure of the water.
It would be infinitely smarter to build a watercraft instead
I
of take
think-
a spacecraft and put it in the
Well,
water.
yeah, we should
think-
obviously fix it to be more geared towards water, but we have the technology. Why haven't we applied it?
Because we're fucking over poor people. Did you miss that part?
No,
Our hands are full.
We need to build more submarines.
Have you guys
But
watched
that's the ocean talk.
the movie Don't Look Up that I recommended last time I was here?
Oh no, we've not.
God, you really have to get on that because I keep coming back to it, and it's really the amount that politics dabbles into human discovery. Like it's full fisted in there.
Full fisted.
Like it's got the grip on the chain of
You hear that,
human.
home-
It's
or
literally
listeners?
holding it.
Now you have homework and it involves fisting. So
Nice. Lovely.
But literally,
Crazy.
anything we discover has politics involved. Why? Literally, what is the point? Besides fucking over the poor people. I know Brandon's gonna say it.
oh my gosh. All right. Before we devolve entirely, we have hit our usual mark. I think we're at a good spot to start our wrap up. Is everyone in agreement? All in agreement say aye.
I
Sure. We did a
Hmm.
lot of we had a lot of tangents.
do you want to keep going?
What?
You didn't say aye. You get a vote.
Oh, I proposed the vote, I guess. So I
But
thought
you
that
still
was.
have to-
Okay. I.
Well, don't be peer pressured into
Obviously,
it.
you've never been in a board meeting before.
Oh, here we go with the politics again. All right. Well, I guess it's a good spot to just leave it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, wait, no. We forgot our end of podcast tradition.
Quote.
Lindsay, do you have the list?
Yes. I'm glad we're ending because my throat is like rapidly descending into mania. Of pain. My throat hurts. Sorry, that sounded crazy to internet listeners. That's how I talk.
I hope Mania has a good time.
No. Oh wow. No.
Brandon.
Shame.
Yikes.
I'm over here sick, and he's like, "Whoa." All right. You do not get to
Brandon
pick a
just
number.
became
I do
Quagmire.
not get to pick a number.
No. Heather, how about you pick a number between? Oh, we might say the same one again. All right. If we do, I'll figure it out. Pick a number between 47 and 54.
Did I say 3 last time?
Well, that's not an option. So.
Sorry, I guess I didn't listen. I really wanted it to be 3. What was the numbers?
47 and 54.
Then do 53.
Sorry, that got me. That really got me. That really tickled me.
Do 53.
Okay. Dungeon Dweller quote number 53. Dulcim, love child between Gandhi and Mr. Fantastic.
Why? That's not even a quote. That's an idea.
No, somebody said that, and that's why it's in here.
Oh my god.
I imagine there was hand motions in the break there. Dulcim. Love child between Gandhi and Mr. Fantastic.
Ugh.
You know, I get the inspiration. Looks like it.
Viewers, look up why Gandhi was actually a terrible person.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah,
Whoa.
that's a whole thing.
Just end our space podcast with, by the way, Gandhi was kind of whack.
Mother Teresa was too.
Oh, man.
Okay, that's it. We're having a rant episode.
We need it. We need it.
We rant about current transgressions, history's transgressions. Tune in.
Space is literally out there.
I look forward to that because it's on its way, hot and heavy.
I mean, we've been building up to it.
I guess so.
Just as our own rage compounds, I suppose.
All right. Well, with that,
Goodbye.
night.
Everything is fine.
everything is great. Everything's dandy. It's just like the rest of human history.
There is no war in Bossing Say.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I hope you know that pitiful ass bye is staying in there.
No.
You have to
Oh,
crop it to be a little bit closer, though. Just a little bit.